Ready? Set? Adventure! Welcome to Hikanuki World Tour as we visit the picturesque town of Ålesund, Norway. We'll visit a recreated Viking village, scale to the top of Mount Aksla, and stroll through this charming town. Back on board, we'll eat in the main dining room, then sample a variety of the ship's entertainment. So come along with us and see for yourself. Today on the MSC Euribia, we've traveled from the beautiful town of Geiranger to the charming port city of Ålesund. The ship sailed into the harbor peacefully, and the surrounding mountains came into view. Seagulls were nearby to greet us, and we couldn't have hoped for a more ideal day. Temperatures are expected to rise into the 60s, so it might even be a pool day. The ship docks right in town, and it's an easy walk to the city center. We didn't book any shore excursions in advance, but there were many things to choose from as soon as we got off the ship. The hop-on, hop-off bus can be a good way to see a city's highlights. The town suffered a devastating fire in the year 1904. It was rebuilt in the Art Nouveau architecture style, giving it a unique character. We're in port today from 7 a.m. until 5 p.m. We headed to the buffet at about 9:30 to discuss our plans. We usually chose to eat at the buffet for breakfast. Food on the buffet caters to the international passengers on the cruise. If it's not too crowded, the omelet station is usually a good option. Omelets are made to order by the chef. Fresh fruit is served diced rather than sliced. Looks like we made another monochromatic plate. In addition to omelets, you can get your eggs any way you'd like. After breakfast, we headed outside. We had a few points of interest that we knew we wanted to see, including the viewpoint from Mount Aksla. Choose to hike the 418 steps to the viewpoint, or do what we did and take the hop-on, hop-off bus. Since port time is always limited on a cruise, sometimes you have to choose the option that gets you there fastest. So we chose the bus.
Hello, welcome to Ålesund. Welcome to Ålesund.
Thank you.
Nice to see you.
And we're going to do the hop-on, hop-off bus,
So
right?
hop on up off and you're going to have the best time ever.
Okay, I hope so. Thank you.
This bus had 9 stops, although 2 of them were the cruise terminal, so I count that as 7 stops. As the name implies, you can hop on and hop off at your leisure. Buses come to each stop at 10 to 20-minute intervals. You're provided with headphones and can tune in to hear a city tour. There's also a Grey Line bus with a similar itinerary. Just make sure you're waiting at the correct bus stop. If you choose not to get off, the whole loop takes 70 minutes. The farthest point is the aquarium, but we won't be going there today. Our first stop is the recreated medieval village of Sunmore, which provides a glimpse into life in the 1800s. Note where the bus drops you off because this is also your pickup point. We arrived at about 10:30 in the morning. There are 2 museums on site, but they don't open until 11. But it's easy to take a self-guided tour. This is billed as an open-air cultural history museum with 50 historic authenticated houses from the 1800s. There were sod-roofed homes, boathouses, and a church. Here you can imagine what coastal life would have been like during the Viking era. On such a beautiful day, it was nice to walk around and enjoy the crisp, cool air. In Geiranger, we learned that sod roofs provided a waterproof barrier and great insulation for the houses and buildings. This was a boat building workshop. Here's the interior of one of the houses. Climb the ladder to see what's upstairs. The buildings we see here were relocated from the Sunmore region. Although we had the place practically to ourselves, it is a popular spot for tour buses. In fact, one pulled up just as we were about to leave. So while we missed out on visiting the museums, we had a peaceful walk around the village. The ducks were also enjoying the serenity. We spent about 45 minutes here. Most buildings have informational plaques, so you can learn about the area without being on a guided tour. In 1739, a law was passed stipulating that children could only be confirmed if they were schooled. This was a schoolhouse for 12 children. To explore this area, I would recommend setting aside about an hour, and more time if you're interested in the museums. Borgund was an influential trading center located on the coast. And now at about 11 a.m., the tour buses are arriving. We made a quick stop at the gift shop and noted that there was also a restaurant here. But we have more on our agenda for today, so we headed back to the bus stop. And now we're proud to say, ba air. We didn't wait long for the bus to come. We hopped on for our next stop. The sun was nearly blinding, but we can't complain about such a beautiful day. The bus is also a nice way to see some of the countryside and local towns. It's relaxing and you don't have to worry about getting lost. Our next stop is near Mount Aksla. It is about 8/10 of a mile to the viewpoint. And here's another way to see Ålesund. This train does take you to the viewpoint without having to walk. It took us about 20 minutes to walk the path. Although well marked, the path can be a bit uneven. Those with mobility issues may be better off on the blue trolley train. You'll travel on a gentle slope through the trees. If you're looking for more of a challenge, start in town at the Byparken City Park and climb the 418 steps to the viewpoint. Depending on your pace, this should take between 10 and 45 minutes. We found our walk to be leisurely and enjoyable. These folks even managed it with a stroller. Slow down and enjoy nature all around you and prepare for the magnificent views as you climb higher. We found 3 separate areas where we could stop and enjoy the view. At one of the stops, there was even a fitness park. There were a couple of picnic shelters. And what an ideal spot for a picnic. This is a beautiful viewpoint, but you're not to the top yet. From here you can see the many surrounding islands and jagged peaks of the Alps. The city below seems to be floating on the water. And our ship is floating on the water. Find the perfect place to sit and catch up on your reading. It's the beginning of October and the trees are starting to change color. Here's the final approach to the viewpoint. Some paths are paved while others are very rocky. When you reach the top, you'll be rewarded with beautiful views. On a bright sunny day, you may feel transported to the Caribbean. You'll see towns scattered among the islands. There are many different ways to get here, and I definitely recommend finding one so you can see the view for yourself. While we chose the more treacherous path, there was a paved path as well. Just watch your step. When you reach the top, Christopher Ronders will welcome you. He was fond of this area and even wrote a guidebook. Enjoy the fresh ocean air as you take in the views. When you reach the top, stop in at the restaurant cafe and take in more panoramic views. We can't wait to explore the town, so we headed back to the bus stop. When the city was rebuilt after the devastating fire of 1904, the architects wanted to create a cohesive style which was both modern and distinctly Norwegian. If you choose to climb the 418 steps, this is what they look like. The steps are wide, not that steep, with a railing. Here's the perfect place for a sticker. You can walk along the paved road as you descend from the viewpoint. This was also a popular spot for bike tours. And here's the trolley train. We hopped back on the bus and headed for the shopping district. the weather was warm enough for shorts and light jackets. We saw many colorful houses on our trip down to town. Much of the city was rebuilt in 3 years using the city's architecture graduates who redesigned using the highly decorative Art Nouveau style. It's a style not found elsewhere in Norway. The Art Nouveau Museum is a stop on the bus. Inside the shops were beautiful, authentic knitwear. This is a historic theater built in 1921. Inside are beautiful paintings, and it gets high marks for the bathrooms. Unfortunately, it was closed at the time of our visit. This part of the city was charming, with many specialized boutiques and a short walk from the ship. All in all, there was a lot to see and do within walking distance of the cruise ship. Also near the ship was this food truck area. We continued our walk on our way to see the canal. This museum presents the history of the area from 1793 to present. Many buildings are adorned with flowers. On this corner, find work and leisure clothing plus souvenirs in the tourist season. You'll find trolls aplenty in Norway. Also plentiful are cobblestone streets and beautiful buildings. This abstract and modern sculpture evokes themes of growth and creative energy. In the heart of town is the Ålesund Canal. Fishing boats, colorful buildings, and seagulls are all found here. Bilfergen, meaning car ferry, was built in 1921 and is the oldest car ferry in Norway. Today was a wonderful day to walk along the canal and enjoy the sights. We even saw a Viking ship. Take a tour and learn about Viking culture and taste some of the food specialties. You'll also find many statues here. By the Viking boat, the wanderer pays tribute to a local historian. Across the water is a statue of a young fisher boy. The statue symbolizes the fishing, maritime, and coastal history of this region. It's also a popular stop for seagulls. And this is the herring wife, commemorating the important role that women played in processing herring. The canal is a busy area that you won't want to miss on your visit to Alesund. Learn more about the Art Nouveau style of architecture in this museum. Stop in for a pint at this Irish pub. It's a traditional Irish pub with a wide selection of beers and English pub food. The friendly staff will welcome you.
Hello. How are you?
Choose a local beer or something from farther afield. We tried 2 of Norway's finest beers, crisp and refreshing on this glorious day. We stepped outside to prove we were here with the beer. But there's no open alcohol on the streets of Ålesund, so we hurried back inside. There's also no flatulence inside the bar. And if you're searching for Sunnmore, this might be your place. After our refreshment, we continued our walk along the canal, admiring the architecture and enjoying this walkable city. We crossed the bridge and got a closer look at the Viking boat. The buildings feel like something out of a storybook. There are a lot of water adventures you can take advantage of. Maybe do some fishing. Perhaps you're up for a kayak adventure. Or leave the driving to someone else. Here's a closer look at the car ferry. Let's enjoy the walk as we go to an ice cream shop. Sometimes on vacation, the best thing to do is just wander. And we've arrived at Storfjord. It's always the right time for ice cream. We've also heard a lot about the brown cheese and are excited to try it here as well. But first, some vanilla ice cream with lingonberries. Their ice creams are made from goat's milk. This is the brown cheese cheesecake. To us, it was reminiscent of dulce de leche. It had a savory, sweet taste, and we loved it. This shop is certainly worth a visit. Desserts were excellent, and the staff were friendly and welcoming. Specialty coffees are also available.
Storfjord iskrem.
It's fantastic. The ice cream's delicious, and the brown cheese cheesecake is delicious.
Welcome to Storfjord.
Thank you.
We got one more bonus scoop. Make the extra effort to come visit. You won't be disappointed. That was a great find, and now it's time to head back to the ship. But first, we had noticed Molo on our way off the ship this morning. It's a brewery and restaurant located literally steps from the cruise ship. Inside, it had a very modern Scandinavian feel. We have an all-aboard time of 5 p.m. and it's 3:30 right now. That gives us time to try a local flavor. We were surprised by the wide selection of beers. We chose Molo's Port Porter. It was bold but not too strong, and a great way to start the colder weather. We headed back to the ship to our cabin. A letter from the captain awaited us. Due to adverse weather conditions on the North Sea, tomorrow's day in the Port of Flam was being cut short. We would be leaving at 1:30 instead of 6 p.m. This is something that can happen on any cruise. It's disappointing, but of course safety comes first. We headed out to the deck to catch what was probably going to be the last of the pleasant weather. On deck 15, there's an outdoor poolside buffet. Selections are abbreviated from what's available inside at the Marketplace buffet, but you can grab a slice of pizza. They're constantly being made fresh. Tonight they also had fish and other hot accompaniments. It was a busy late afternoon on deck as passengers prepared for the sail away from Ålesund. After the news of the impending bad weather, people made sure to enjoy this evening. Ålesund was a very quaint, charming town, and we're glad we had a nice day to explore it. I'm not sure we'd say we got our money's worth out of the hop-on, hop-off bus, but it did get us around to some sites quickly, and that's a priority when you're in port. When time is limited, you have to make the best of that time. We get our last looks at this fascinating Art Nouveau town in Norway. And we prepare to sail away for a rough day at sea tomorrow. This may be the last chance at the hot tub. And here we go. Here's a little Scandinavian folk song for the sail away. One thing about MSC, which you may or may not appreciate, they cater to an international crowd speaking many different languages. Because of this, any and all announcements are made in several different languages, so each announcement takes quite a while to complete. I appreciate the intention, but it can get a little tedious. It really is a small, beautiful world. one last look around, and then we bid a fond farewell to Ålesund and hope to return someday. The dinner buffet was just about to open, so we thought we'd check it out. In our opinion, and based on experience on other cruise ships, we thought the MSC buffet didn't really measure up to our expectations. While food looked appetizing, the variety of selections was limited. We expect this much meat and cheese to be more on a lunch buffet than dinner buffet. But perhaps this is more of a reflection of European tastes. Here's a look at what I'm talking about. There were many platters of cold food. Salads were fresh and good, so I did appreciate these on the buffet. It just seemed as though the variety of offerings wasn't as extensive or varied as that on other cruise ships. Many items just felt basic without a lot of flavor. The crew does work hard and we appreciate their efforts. There did seem to be a few good hot items every night. Tonight, the mussels looked especially good. Also, the spicier food tended to be better. On a positive note, we weren't afraid of overeating at the buffet. We tended to eat more often in the main dining room. We have heard that food in the yacht club, the ship within a ship, is significantly better, but it also comes with a significantly higher price tag. So on this night, we'll head for the main dining room. The bright spot was always the pizza, which was reliable and tasty. Desserts offered a wider variety and were consistently good. We made a stop on Deck 18 at the Sky Lounge. This is a great place for panoramic views, good service, and good drinks. And if you're lucky, to catch a good sunset. The mojito is a good choice here. On the Galleria Euribia, be sure to check out the changing canopy. The action and music were in full swing on the rest of the ship. Crew were ready to greet us as we entered the dining room. We had my choice dining and never had to wait for a table. Outside the porthole, we could see the seas were really kicking up. I'd say MSC sets a very basic table. We started with bread, but you have to ask for butter. In honor of today's pleasant weather, I had white wine instead of red. The dinner menu looked promising, but the watermelon salad lacked sweetness. It tasted like the fruit was cut near the rind. The cheese selection was rather uninspired, and the grapes had seeds in them. The baked cod was served on a leek and sweet corn veloute. The veggies and the sauce were good, but the cod was dry. The roasted red pepper risotto was served al dente and a bit undercooked in my opinion. It was good and I would probably get it again. The lemon pudding was just too tart. I found the texture unusual as well. Looking back at the menu, it was vegan and maybe that explains it. The chocolate duo cake was a combination of Bavarian cream and Sacher biscuit. Flavors were good and the berries were a nice accent. And it's always good to end on a high note. While our dinner was a bit disappointing, I still think it outshone the buffet. We went to the various venues to check out the music. It was standing room only in the Carousel Lounge. Overall, shows tended to be high energy and entertaining. Looks like rough seas are anticipated. In the Delphi Theater, it was time for the production show.
2, 1. Shake it. the digital program. Queridos huéspedes, para mañana
As the ship started to rock more, we decided it was time for bed. It was a beautiful day in Ålesund, and we'll see what awaits tomorrow in Flam. Thanks for joining us at Hikanuki World Tour for our day in the beautiful town of Ålesund, Norway. Today's travel wisdom is the town's official slogan, Ålesund, where mountains and fjords meet the ocean. Be sure to subscribe to Hikanuki World Tour. If you liked the video, click that like button, and we'd love it if you'd leave us a comment. Hit that notification button so you'll know when our next video is dropped. And follow us on Instagram. We really appreciate your support. Get ready, get set for our next adventure.